out of it. I almost bought a van, and the bank said no. And then I started looking up videos that were like, how to build a van. And I found a video that said, buy a van and build it for $900 in 3 days. And I was like, that's my budget and my timeline. Thank you. Clicked on the video. The girl said, my dad did it. And I was like, it's not relatable. It's like saying, I'm just a really good stripper because my dad owns the club. Not relatable. It snapped me out of it, thank God. I think I'm going to lean into being a mess, though, because here's what I've realized. Watching a lot of rom-coms lately, and instead of making me super sad, they gave me an idea. What are all of these, like, bland protagonist women doing at the beginning of the film before Paul Rudd comes out of nowhere and just plows them? What are they doing? They're being a mess. So that's where I'm at. I'm leaning into it. I'm not just a mess. I'm a quirky mess. I'm not just an alcoholic. I like to do puzzles on a Sunday while drinking wine. I'm a quirky mess. Someday. I'm going to lean into it. A friend of mine did call me out, though. He was trying to make me feel better, and I said, no. And I told him that I had eaten cold spaghetti in bed that morning. And he said, at least you got out of bed and you got that spaghetti. And I was like, no. It was under my bed. I had it there last night. I'm just a quirky mess. It's okay. Do you guys know Paul Rudd? No? Nobody knows him? Do you have his number or something? Nope? I wish too. A lot of my problems would be solved compared to rom-com movies. That's the formula. You just find somebody who's like, I like you for some reason, and then you're both horrible to each other, and then you live happily ever after, right? So I'm looking forward to. Oh, that's vodka. Who did this? Thank you. Where'd you get so much? I miss a lot of things out of quarantine that I didn't think I was gonna miss. One of the things that I didn't appreciate enough when I was in quarantine, when I was like not in quarantine, I miss drunk white women so much. I miss you guys. Oh my God. It was such a magical thing to find a drunk white woman. You'd meet them in the night, and then at some point they just give you some life-changing advice that you don't listen to, and then you'd never see them again. And they're beautiful. They're always beautiful. I went to there's a club in Boise called Humping Hannah's, and it's a dance club, which is probably redundant from the name that you just heard. But I went there, and there was this. There's this bathroom. They have a bathroom. You guys heard about bathrooms, right? Cool. They have a bathroom, and I went inside, and I don't know if you guys have been in a club women's bathroom, but it is a magical land. You go in there like prepared to fight somebody, and you come out with a new best friend. I love it so much. I can't wait to go back. But I was in this bathroom, and I was in line to pee, and I get to the front, and there's this girl, and she's throwing up in the sink, and there are other girls holding her hair and rubbing her back and being like, good job. And then she looks up at me all of a sudden, and she goes, I love your skirt. I love your lifestyle. Thank you so much, Karen. And then I never saw her again. And that's my favorite part about, that's what I miss the most from non-quarantine life. And you know what, here's the thing. It's my turn to give back. So as soon as quarantine is lifted, you'll find me in a bathroom and being magical, and I'll never remember any of it. So you're welcome. I was walking my dog down the street, and I saw a walk of shame, and it made me really happy. I was like, it's nature coming back. I like that one. Here's good. Here's good. Yep, here's good. Wait, what did it say? Oh my gosh. Yes, I recently changed jobs. Can you tell? Where do you think I got the blazer from? I used to be a bartender, and now I'm a paralegal for a criminal prosecuting team, which sounds a lot cooler than it is. I just go up to people and I'm like, sign this file. And it was fun the first time. And now I just feel like I'm an extra and good wife. It's not that fun. I changed jobs. The only people who find it cool that I'm now a paralegal are the people who go to bars like a lot. And the only people who find it cool that I used to work in a brewery are lawyers. So I did a good switch. It was good. End of the spectrums, but I did a good switch. it's really weird. They kept asking me, they're like, oh, you used to work in a brewery. Can you get us beer? And I was like, what am I, your stepdad? Yes, I can. What kind do you want? As long as you do it in the house. I do like it, but I think this is just a rite of passage for me personally, but I got bullied recently at work. One of the lawyers made fun of me. And they didn't see me. I was making copies behind a wall where I could hear everything they were saying. They didn't see me. And they were talking about this case that I was going to help with. And the girl comes over and she's like, yeah, she said she'd help me. And she'll be all like, I'm Kat. And I walked out at that moment. And I didn't say anything. I just said, see you Monday. And I thought about it for a while. And it was a pretty good impression of me. Not going to lie, nice. Took my high school bullies 3 years to do that. Took her 1 month. That's amazing. Love it. I did talk to them. I didn't know about my job. I don't know what a paralegal does. I worked at a brewery. I don't know. I can drink. That's it. But when I got there, they were like asking, and I didn't show them my tattoos at first. And then eventually they saw them. And I was like, is this going to be a problem if I ever have to go to court? And she went, oh, no, you're never going to court. Don't worry about that. And I was like, well, you don't have to say it so like that. It's not like I'm going to walk into a courtroom and be like, here's that file you needed. I ran it all the way from not the courthouse and to give it to you. And then they're going to be like, the judge is out. Get that weird girl in here. It's like, calm down. They did ask, they were like, can we watch one of your shows? And I said, please don't ever talk to me again. No, it's okay. I make fun of them like that. The bully thing did happen, which was fun. And then I just made fun of her. I was like, I'm Sharon. And that was really good. I do miss my old job a little bit sometimes. I miss the beer. I miss the people. I also haven't been called a cunt in a wine-related incident in so long. And it's been too long. I loved when people would talk to me sometimes and I would talk back at them. That's how communication works. But I loved it when men would tell me to smile more. And you just punch them right in the face. That's how you do that, actually. That's how that works. No, when I started working there, we started doing the whole mask thing. My favorite thing was to do, I wore a fake mustache under my mask every single day for like months. That way when a guy comes in and he's like, I bet you look prettier without that mask, I'd take it off and I'm like, call me dad. That's what I would do. So the pandemic has been kind to me and my jokes. And just getting back at people. One of my favorite incidents that happened when I was working at a brewery was I had this guy, we got into a little bit of a tiff because he wanted to say something racist. And I said, no, please don't. And he didn't like that. And so he paid me, really, that was great. He threw the money at me and did not give him change. And then as he's walking out of the bar, he turns around and he goes, you will never find love and you will never find a man because you care too much about being right. Yeah. And I let him leave. And then I thought about it and I ran up to him and I said, stop and tell me when I die because you seem to know everything. It was great. I hope he's right. I hope I stay single forever because I'm not funny when I'm happy. So that's like a huge part of it. I got broken up with, and I think it's good because it's giving me a good business plan. I am doing this new business plan, and I want to tell you guys about it. I'm very excited. I am super fun at parties, and I've never been to a wedding. What? So I have a new business plan. I am going to be a date for hire at weddings. So people can be like, stop asking you, when is it your turn? If you hate that. You guys are young. I don't know if that happens to you. I've never been to a wedding, so I don't know if it happens to anybody. But the movies tell me that this happens, so I've come up with a solution. I have 3 tiers going on right now. This is the first tier. I will be just the perfect girlfriend. Girl next door, really sweet, really kind. I will hold your hand. I will have cute anecdotes about us. I love lying, so that won't be a problem. When the groom and bride kiss at the end, I'll squeeze your hand and put my head on your shoulder and be like, maybe one day. And then 2 months after that, to like save face, we'll say we broke up because I had to move to Chicago. And that is the cheapest option. you will fund my Chicago move. I will move. I don't know. Fuck it. Second tier is one of my favorites. It's a good tier. It's clingy. It's clingy girlfriend. This is for people who don't like their families. It's clingy. We're matching colors. I will get jealous when you talk to the bride. We will have only been dating for a week. And then when we break up at the end of the night, I will make sure to stick around and get into every single photo so that they either have to cut me out or they have to explain to their kids, why did your uncle bring this asshole to this party? That's a good one. Tier 3 is pure chaos. And I love this tier. I will wear white. I will wear sunglasses. We will get into no fewer than 3 fights in which we immediately make out afterwards. When the bride throws the bouquet, I will punt it to the ground. I will criticize the flower girl. And then at the end of the night, when you break up with me and it's a whole show, you'll say, I'm leaving you. And I'll say, you're going to leave us? See you in court. And then I'll stalk you for 2 months afterwards. That one's the most expensive tier. If it's fun enough, I'll do it for free. A good prostitute that doth not make, but it's fun. Takes up my time. That's my new business plan. I did pitch it to Shark Tank, and they said I can't come back. Gotta find my spot. I do want to tell you this. I'm excited to be single again. I think that's fun and in a weird way. I'm not excited to date again because I don't know if you can tell by like just context clues, but I'm very bad at it. I have this fun story, but just for you guys to get it, I want you guys to play it with me and just like, I can see you raise your hand at any point during this story where you would have been like, too much for me, not gonna do that. Sound good? It's easy, okay? And hearing this story is hard. All right. Did you raise your hand already? Oh, okay, good. I was like, well, that's offensive. Okay. I went out with this guy I had known for 15 minutes. 1. Cool. The rest of y'all are weird. 2. Never mind. You go over there. Because he promised to show me a 6-foot by 6-foot puzzle. You guys can't come back in. A 6-foot by 6-foot puzzle is what he promised to show me. So I drove 45 minutes, into a place called Cuna. And I know you guys don't know what Cuna is here, but here's a good example. You know in The Lion King when he's like, everything the light touches is yours. And Simba's like, what's that dark spot? That's Cuna. I willingly drove 45 minutes into the elephant graveyard. And when I got to this place, I could not find his house. It was just open land. And then I just see, yep, you're gone too. Thank you. This is my parents' favorite joke, by the way. I found this guy walking along the road. It was Puzzle Boy. And he gets in my car and is like, let me show you. He's like, I just gave you the almost exact coordinates, which I was like, clever. If I was going to send this to anybody, they wouldn't be able to find me. That's good. And we finally drove into his house, which was really hard to find. And is anybody still in? Any of you guys? You guys are still in? You guys are still in? Perfect. You're still in? Awesome. Beautiful. I just don't want to be left alone like I was here. I drive. So I'm there. We go up to his house. It's a cute little house in the middle of nowhere, so no one can hear me scream. And then we walk inside, and the first thing I notice in his house is his living room is covered in guns. You're out. You're out again. She came back and she was like, I'm out again. This is bad. It was covered all surfaces, guns that were taken apart, cleaned, or whatever. I grew up in a house with a gun. Like, guns don't scare me. It was the sheer amount. Like, what do you need to shoot that differently? If I walked in there and he had that many Legos laid out, I'd be like, no. So I keep going. Though, eventually he gives me this like tiny house tour, and he leads me into his bedroom, which like, calm down. And I noticed 2 things in his bedroom. 1, a very big like custom order picture of Molly Ringwald. Couldn't decipher that one. I was like, okay, well maybe he's just a fan. And then I turn around, and on the wall that we had walked in on with the door were floor-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall cages for snakes. Gigantic cages for snakes. He thought I wanted to check them all out because when I looked at them, I went, oh no! So he goes up to each and every one of them and he's like, this is Deborah. And I was like, what woman did you feed to that snake to give her her name? So we see the snakes and I'm still there. And we get out and 20 minutes go by and I still have not seen a puzzle and I'm kind of getting bored. So I'm a little like, murder me. And eventually, like reading my thoughts, he goes to his back door that leads out into the back property. And he puts his hand on the doorknob and he looks at me and goes, time to go to the puzzle room. Are you thinking about raising your hand or you want to see where this goes? Because that's where I was at that point. I was like, well, okay. I was like, it'd be worth it. Leads me out to his back property. There's like nothing on the land but a storage unit parked on his land. He goes up to the storage unit, rolls open the garage door, and there inside were 4 other men, much stronger than me, working on a 6-foot by 6-foot puzzle. It was beautiful. It was of a sunset. It was very tranquil. I stayed for 4 hours, just politely doing the puzzle in the corner, like, my dad knows where I am. My car has GPS. Isn't that fun? Eventually, I was like, I'm tired. And that's when the guy tried to ask me out. I was like, this has been too much for me. Thank you so much. But you will be memorialized in my comedy. Thank you so much. Don't ever talk to me again. I went home. I was on the phone with my friend the whole night, like on my way back. And I was like, that was the stupidest thing I've ever done. And she was like, yeah, the risk to reward was not great. So I went home and I bought 2 things on Amazon. 6-foot by 6-foot puzzle, number 1. Easy, $12.99. Got it next day. Perfect. Second thing I bought, a dildo. Just covering all my bases. Never gonna happen to me again. Not excited to date again. That's gonna be hard. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just become an old spinster. That seems like a fun life. Wait, no, I'm trying to do this whole rom-com thing. Wait, is that how we start? Where I'm like, I've given up on love. And then Paul Rudd comes in and he's like, but wait, what about me? I like that. I like that idea. These are fun. You guys go to college? Nice. Me too. Used to. Then I got this blazer and someone was like, do you want to practice law? I'm going to tell you, I think we've gotten to know each other really well. You know that I almost got murdered. I love that you guys were still, I love all the time when people are super scared for me. They're like, oh, no, don't go in there. It's like, I'm here right now. You guys are fine. This leg is fake, but like, that's it. No, I do want to tell you one more thing, and I want to ask you about this. And I hope this is okay. I'll just look at somebody if someone's giving me the, but I do like talking about this. Y'all heard of queefing? Welcome to my TED Talk. Y'all heard of queefing? If you haven't, it's okay. We're all there at one point. It's a front fart for women by women. Get on board. So now we all know. Beautiful. There's a bunch of different ways it can happen, which is great. And it's all super beautiful, magical. And sometimes during sex, don't know why I made that hand movement, air will get inside. And then you move around later because it's sex. And then it comes out really quickly like, what the fuck? That's a queef. And I'm sorry I had to do that so weirdly. It just got really weird for me too. So we're all on the same page. What I'm trying to get at is it happened to me once, twice. It happened to me every single time. And it's fun. And the first time it ever happened, I was with the guy and it loud. And then we both stared at each other. And he eventually goes, did you just beatbox? And I was like, what a cute way of saying queefing. Yes, I did. All right, come on. A couple months later, we were still dating and we were talking to friends of ours, and beatboxing, the normal kind, comes up. And he goes, Cat can beatbox, show them. I pulled him aside and I was like, what the fuck? He's like, you did it. You were really good at it that one time that you did it during sex. And I was like, a couple things. All right. Number one, do you think if I could beatbox, I'd just do it once a year? Not to say we don't just have sex once a year. That's bad. But do you think I wouldn't just be doing that all the time? Number two, not with these lips, my dude. And number three, do you think during sex, I was like, man, this is good. Let me show him my appreciation. Thanks for the dick. We broke up. And that's it. I told that joke in Atlanta one time at 2 shows. One night, and then the second night, a guy came up to me, and he was like, I took a girl home after last night's show, and it happened. And I was like, hi, stranger, can you explain? And he was like, well, we had both seen the show, and it happened, and then we both just started quoting you and talking about you, and then we continued to have sex. And I was like, that is wonderful, thank you. That's actually my merch, so you owe me $25. All right, guys, I'm Kat. Thank you guys so much. You guys are so much fun. I love you. Oh, thanks. I want to bring up your next comedian. He's wonderful. He's performed all over Washington and Idaho and we're on the West Coast. I bet he's performed on the East Coast too. He was recently also just kicked out of the Bernstein Bears for being too funny. Please give it up for Jared Munson.
Social distancing at its greatest. It's great to see live faces again. How are you folks doing tonight? How are we doing, Pullman? Yeah, how's my mic level sound? I feel like I'm a little quiet. How are we doing? There we go. All right. Oh, it is so great to be back. Oh, there we go. I can hear myself up here now. All right. I don't like that. It is great to be back here in Pullman. How are we doing, YouTube? I've made it. I'm on YouTube. My birth mom would be proud. You'll hear more about that later. I love Pullman. I'm in Boise now. I lived in Spokane for 12 years. I love Wazoo so much, and they love me so much that they did not let me into the school. It's fine. I went to Eastern. Go Eags. I love Wazoo so much that now they pay me to come here. It's great. It's the greatest form of revenge. I love it. I'm actually, the more I drive into Pullman, and I told Kat when we took the drive up here, man, how do you guys survive with those cougar calves? Like, that shit is, for those on YouTube, ooh, I have a little feedback. For those of you on YouTube, Pullman is 95% hills and 5% people that have given up. And I'm definitely one of those 5%. I took a tour here at Wazoo back in 2006. Yes, I'm old. And I saw there's a tour of the campus, and tell me if this still goes on, people doing tours on Segways. Is that a thing anymore? Is that not? Paul Blart had just come out, so I think that was kind of the cool thing. Okay, so nobody segues anymore. I'm just fat. It's fine. It's fine. I did just take a DNA test like Lizzo. Turns out I'm 100% Swedish. Yeah, like Kat said, my name is Jared Munson. A lot of times people are like, what nationality is that? It's Swedish. I'm adopted. And a lot of times when you find out you're adopted, your parents like, you didn't come for me. My mom did a little bit different. For my 3rd birthday, she gave me the book, Are You My Mother? And she told me, spoiler alert, it's not me. Look at me now. Go Cougs. See, Kat didn't believe me, and she didn't want to, I don't think she tried it. One of our other comedian friends down in Boise went to Wazoo and said, if you yell Go Cougs, they yell it back. It's fun. I could do that for 30 minutes, but I won't, probably. We'll see how this goes. It's so weird seeing live faces right now because we've been stuck, like you guys, in quarantine and social distancing for the last year. Give it up for Wazoo though for doing this, letting us come here and be the guinea pigs for live entertainment. They were like, should we bring Macklemore or two comics? So I'm sorry that you don't get to see Macklemore tonight. I'm just as white on the inside though. But we've been doing a lot of Zoom shows lately, and if you haven't watched, have any of you watched a Zoom comedy show? One, two. The rest of you, for those of you that have not watched a Zoom comedy show, this is the laughter at a Zoom comedy show. So yeah, basically, I hated it. It's like back when I used to work in the sweatshops. There was no fun. They're just like, make the Nikes. Like, I can't. My fingers are. It's fine. Are you guys Pullman natives or let's see. I'm glad you guys moved up because I really can't see past where you guys moved down to. How many of you, by a round of applause, are from like Spokane in Eastern Washington? Cool. We'll come back to you. How many of you are from Western Washington? Yeah. Okay. Cool. We're gonna get along great. You're gonna hate me. Whereabouts in Western Washington? What part? Oh, actual Seattle. That's the thing now down in Boise. Everybody's like, I'm from Auburn, so I'm sure some of you know the ghetto. But when you're in Boise, you know, you're like, oh, where are you from? Auburn. Where? Near Renton. Where? Seattle. I'm from Seattle. Land of trees and the Space Needle and Bigfoot. And the Seahawks that somehow can never win a Super Bowl anymore. It's sad. Seattle sports is sad. But I grew up, obviously, Seattle a little more diverse than Spokane and Idaho. You know, this is more common there than it is here. Hello. I grew up with white parents. White parents gave the best advice ever. Like that old saying, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. I'm lactose intolerant. I know what I'm going to get. Or when they say when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Or when life gives you dogs, make dinner. Was that just? I saw that the Nendel's Motel that has the sushi bar and the Korean plate. It's not chicken. It's dog. It's fine. Have you guys been? How long have you guys been back on campus? Oh, little feedback. How long have you guys been back on campus? Just a few weeks, or have you guys been here through the whole pandemic? What are you doing here then? Do they know? Do they know you're here right now? That wasn't an answer. Okay, we're allowed to be here. Okay. So you're not technically back on campus. So have you guys been doing what most people have you been binging a lot of stuff? Yeah, I finished like all of it. Like all of them. Disney Plus, Hulu. I already know what's coming out on HBO Max. I mean, it's sad. I noticed there's been a lot of remakes, which is great, of African American cast. You know, they did it with Annie. They've done it with Steel Magnolias. They're doing it now with the Wonder Years. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember the Wonder. I'm old. Yeah, this guy's like, how old are you? You're gonna love it when it comes out. It's gonna be new to you. But you know what you're never gonna see in movies? You're never gonna see Asian remakes. You're never gonna see Asian Annie. The sun'll come out tomorrow, and she eats the dog because it's the only source of food she has as an orphan. It's a lot of dog jokes, so buckle up. You're never gonna see Asian 50 Shades of Grey, right? Anastasia going up the elevator. Mr. Yellow, we'll see you now. Where is it? Yeah, thank you. The one female was like, that's weird. Asian jokes. Can I still do those in 2021? Is that okay? Has that been canceled yet? Has it? Because this is going to be really awkward. People are probably commenting on YouTube, this is really bad. Bring back the girl. She was funny. I've been Kat's talking about how she's recently single. I've been single for a long time, go figure. And my friends, when I lived in Spokane, very white Spokane, they're like, dude, you need to go out and get some pussy. So I was like, cool. And I got a cat. She doesn't like me either. It's fine. I actually found out like a week after that I got my cat that it was actually a boy cat. And so I can't even get the right gender of pussy. He sat on the couch and was like, call me Caitlin, bitch. It's fine. So we went to Plan B. So I went back out to the nightclub, and I met a great woman. Found out we have the same taste in music, in movies, and women. Yep, she was a lesbian, and doing the math, because I'm Asian, 95% of my friends are lesbians. I know what you're thinking. I'm one vagina away from being a lesbian myself. I know I look like Chunky Chan. Look like Margaret Cho got stung by a bee. It's fine. Yeah, it's quite fun. I've tried doing all the dating websites. Have you guys, I'm assuming, couple? Oh, congrats. Couple? Yeah, there we go. Did you guys do any of the dating websites before you got together? Did you find each other on a dating website? Oh, which one? I need new ones. Well, which one did you guys meet on? Oh, that's awkward. Like, is it awkward when you find your sister on Tinder and you match? We're both adopted, so I think it's okay. Right? Maybe? I guess we'll find out on the first date. I'm just kidding. My sister's married. I'm kidding. She's a whore. I did all the dating websites. I did Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, which I still don't understand, Christian Mingle, Black People Meet, Farmers Only, J-Date. I even tried Grindr and I didn't get a match. It's fine. I realize I'm a little bit too picky in women. I found out I like my women like I like my rice, white. Unless they fake tan, then fried's okay. Thank you. That joke does not go well down in Boise, Idaho. They're like, I don't get it. I miss being in the Pacific, or in the Northwest. I miss it up here. Boise's very beautiful, but man, news just travels so much slower down in Boise. Like I just left there this morning, and people are still blaming me for the movie The Interview. Yeah, it's been like 6 years. Everybody else thinks I'm the kid from Up. Like, it's weird taking $40 from a kid, but it's $40 and I'm poor. It's fine. Oh, I love that. Okay, yeah. There's so many dating websites, but you're never gonna see an Asian dating website. You're never gonna see like ilikeyellow.org, let'seatsushi.net, ilikesmallpenises.com. Never gonna happen. It's fine. It's the world we live in. It's great. I was down in Boise. I've moved to Boise. Has anybody been to Boise? City of Trees? Nope. Okay. Well, this is gonna go great. I was down in Boise, and I was on what's the one that Tinder bought out? It was I'm drawing a blank on the website. It was a dating website, and the person said, no offense on her page. So obviously you know where it's leading. No offense, not interested in interracial friendships. Right. Not even relationships. Not interested in interracial friendships. And then the phrase under it was, if it ain't white, it ain't right. And it's 2021. That's great. I'm sure she's on the YouTube stream right now like, joke's on you. I did do the free, did you try Match.com at all before you guys met? Didn't do that one? Yeah. I did the free Match.com free communication weekend, which is great. You get to chat with thousands of women or men, depending on what you're going for. The bad side about it is you don't get to see any pictures. Yeah, I got set up on a blind date with a blind woman, and it ended in the most awkward dine and dash ever. She's still there. It's been 6 months. I'm just kidding. Wazoo today was like, hey, you want to do a show? And I was like, I'm just kidding. She actually stood me up. I know, story of my life. My birth mom was right. I was furloughed during the pandemic. Do any of you guys work, or are you just all the fun college kids that taking out loans? Who here is working right now? By round of applause or raise your hands. I can see you. Cool. Did any of you get let go during the pandemic? No. Wow, that's lucky. I was furloughed for 3 months for my job, and it was fine. I just had to do some really odd jobs, and I was a stripper for blind people, and it's really weird because you would think it's a lot of touching, but really they're just dropping in the quarters. It's a lot of laundry money actually. So if anybody just needs like a soda from the vending machine, I got you. It's fine. They're just like deposit the slot. It's great. It's so much fun. I love working now back at my job. Anybody ever work retail here? Yeah, retail's cool. Yeah, retail sucks. I worked at Hastings up in Spokane for 4 years. Are you guys old enough to remember Hastings? Yeah, cool. No, I get some no's. Hastings was like Blockbuster. If Blockbuster, Barnes & Noble, and Best Buy had a hillbilly cousin, you have a Hastings. And I worked there for 4 years, and once I left, I said I was never going to work retail again. Flash forward, moving to Idaho, which I don't know are any of you from Idaho? Cool. Idaho pays shit. Like, never moved to Idaho. They pay like $6 an hour. So I found a job in retail that actually paid a little bit better. And once we came back from furlough, we all had to be recertified in CPR. And it's a little bit different now during the pandemic. I'm sure all of you remember like The Office that did the staying alive. And we were trained by this millennial. So she's like, you can also do it to Another One Bites the Dust, but I wouldn't. That's not good for the Another One Bites the Dust. And like this girl was, I don't know, maybe 19 years old, probably just doing it for the paycheck, telling us what all these other songs you can do. The compressions to one of them was, I knew you were trouble when you walked in. And then she did the and it scared the shit out of us, especially for not being around people for like 4 months at that time. She hit that note like if you've seen the video of the goat doing it, like imagine that times 4. But she was blonde, millennial, and she's just like, also, if you were getting really funny with the person, and I'm like, first of all, he's dying down there. What's funny about this? She's like, you can do it to whip it, ride it, my pony. And like, there's a few of us in our 30s looking at her, and we're like, you can do CPR to Pony by Genuine? And like, she's like, yeah, you can. That's how I met my boyfriend. So flash forward. And this is the kicker. She looks at us dead in the eye. She goes, but don't we forget this because of the COVID. First of all, she called it the COVID. So like, she lost all credibility right there. She's like, don't forget with the COVID, you have to stay 6 feet apart from them when you're doing compressions. And exactly, we're like, huh? So imagine, like, this is what we're gonna have to do. Person's there, we're here. Imagine I'm doing compressions. I can't do them myself because of COVID, but do them to Pony. Just go whip it. Love it. They're dead. Oh, nope, they're back. Yes, by Genuine. Nope, now they're dead. Like, she said that with the most sincere face ever. You can't touch them anymore. At all. And then I started the strip club I worked at. I know what you guys are thinking. That I look like somebody famous, right? Ichiro Suzuki. Yeah. I played baseball for 15 years, and around the bases, all my teammates were yelling, Ichiro, Ichiro. It was probably more like, sushi roll, sushi roll. I'm a little fat. People also, I don't know if you're old enough to remember Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, right? Dr. Jones, hold on, lady, we're going for a ride. I'm 50. The 50s are going to hit you. Sorry. The one I get the most, other than Gangnam Style, I'm sure you've noticed Gangnam Style is probably the obvious one. Are you guys too young for Gangnam Style? Okay, good. Because that would make me feel really old. The one I get the most is from American Idol season 2, right? William Hung. She bang, she bang. I bang. No, I don't. It's long. Only like 8 more years from a 40-year-old virgin. It's fine. It's great. I'm very single. Where couple, not couple. Have you guys, how long have you guys been dating? Oh, so the quarantine dating. Did you know each other before the pandemic? Oh, like this, that's interesting. How's it working out? So did you guys have to quarantine together? So are you guys are, yeah, that's awesome. I've been quarantining with my parents down in Boise. They retired to Boise, and this whole thing happened. And like I said, I lost my job, so I had to move back in. And I tell you what, being 31 with your parents is a lot like being 17 with your parents. And it sucks. Every night, my parents like, when are you gonna be home? I was like, why didn't you tell me I was adopted till I was 17? And like, it's a lot of fun. It's hard to bring a girl home when you're living with your parents at 31. And it's actually almost worse than going to like my childhood home. This is a home I've had no memories in at all. So I was bringing a girl home the other day, and I forgot where my bedroom was. Like, I haven't been there that long, and my parents were out of town, and we got in the door, and I was like, it's because it's a house. I probably should have led with, it's a house that is the same this way as it is this way. So she left. And I still couldn't find my room. It was like 20 minutes of me just walking around, going in circles, trying to figure out which room was mine, because the rooms are very similar. Like, the 3 bedrooms in the house all look the same. It's amazing. It's so much fun. How old are you guys here? Are any of you guys over 21? We got one. Are you old enough to remember MySpace? They told me there's going to be some older people in the crowd. They're probably all on YouTube like, yep, I'm figuring this out. You guys still use Facebook, right? I mean, they're hopefully zucked. No, this is awkward. This is getting worse by the minute. Like, all my comedian friends like, man, I can't wait to go on Netflix and get a Netflix special. And I'm like, I can't wait for LimeWire to call me back. Okay, you understand a LimeWire joke, but you're not old enough for MySpace. Come on, Pullman. The Cougar Country's back though, right? Cougar Country, how long ago did that happen? Oh, it's been that long. How long was it shut down for? Jesus. Is the Cougar Gold cheese still worth it? I think that's where we're going next. Back to the point of the story. Sorry, I'm old. I go on tangents now. That's like, when you hit your 30s, you start realizing, man, you peaked. Maybe not for you guys. You look fit. When you're fat, you're like, man, I peaked. Because I'm going to create the best website ever. It's going to take the best parts about MySpace, the best parts about Facebook, and I'm going to call it MyFace. It's going to be amazing and revolutionary. You can update your status on MyFace. You can leave the application on your phone while you're showering on MyFace. The best part about MyFace is it's completely flat. You can do that whole Tempur-Pedic commercial where you jump up and down on one side of my face and put a glass of wine on the other side of my face, and that glass of wine stays perfectly still. Can you see that? No, I love it. Because see, the thing with the masks, I love the masks because I love being safe, and I know people, I mean, we're getting close to Idaho, so some people not like masks, but thanks for wearing them. The thing about these masks is they're designed for people that have noses. Like, this thing is so hard to wear because it's pushing up right against my mouth. And I get to move closer because I'm wearing a mask now. And I want to say, oh God, yeah, you guys are young. Enjoy your youth. Enjoy it. But the thing about the masks is, like, it's so hard. I went to like 16 stores to find this mask, and it's still really, like, uncomfortable. So kudos to you people that are born with noses. Be happy about that. Because, yeah, this is fun. I want to thank you guys for coming out tonight. Give it up again for Wazoo for coming out, for putting this on. For those of you still on YouTube, thanks for watching. Like Kat said, if for some reason you end up in Boise this weekend, she's at Comic-Con. I just want to, it's so great to see people in person. God, this joke's going to go bad because you guys are so young. I feel like Rita Repulsa at the beginning of Power Rangers when she's like, after 1,000 years, I'm free. Like, this is so liberating. It's amazing. I'm going to leave you with, I'm going to try to figure out how to phrase this without offending all of you. So take it as it will. I found out the other day what Victoria's Secret actually is. Any guesses? Nope, good. It's chlamydia, which is why it's so small and so expensive to get rid of. I know, it's bad. You guys, my name is Jared Munson. I'm so glad I was here tonight. Please subscribe to my OnlyFans. Those of you on YouTube, my OnlyFans is Sushi Roll 69. Thank you guys for coming out. Be safe. I think we'll be at the CUB. Is that open? Yeah, but none of you are old enough to be there. So get home safe. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. Tell your friends to come support more events here now that things are open here at Wazoo. Thank you guys for coming out. Be safe. Get vaccinated. That's a hot take. I'm sorry. Do we have somebody that's going to come up to say goodbye to everybody, or is it me? Well, if that's the case, tip your bar staff. We have merchandise out in the lobby. We have a couple Miley Cyrus CDs, and we have a couple Billie Eilish vinyls. Those will be on sale, autographed by us. Thank you.